Once I completed rehab, my mom applied for a canine companion service dog. Last January, I finally got to meet my service dog, Marcia. We quickly developed a very strong bond. Together, we go to my horseback riding lessons, school band practice, swim meets, and archery classes. Together, we pick vegetables, and we like to cut flowers. I love Marcia. She makes me feel like together we can do anything. I can't imagine life without her. She's a part of the family. We are just one of the thousands of teams Canine Companions has paired together over the past 50 years. With your help, we can continue for another 50. Visit canine.org to see the many ways you can change lives.
I can tell that we are gonna be friends.
From breaking news to bright ideas, Wave 105 is where Guam speaks.
All right, welcome back. Wave 105, Mornings with Patti. My name is Pauly. Suba filling in this morning. I think we're gonna go till like 9.
Yeah,
because I still have a 4-hour show in the afternoon.
Okay.
And I gotta save all of these jokes about GVB.
You're saving it for your show.
I gotta save some of these jokes. They're landing so well.
They are. Hey, we're hitting them. All right, they missed out. Sorry, guys. You guys missed out on some of them. We were hitting them. Hey, man, top tier. No cap.
Well, because
Okay,
I mean, it's not just
What are we
GVB
doing?
that's
What are we
been
doing?
getting some bad publicity, but
Okay.
also
What's going on? Fill me in.
the how do you say the NMI's
Okay, let's
Visitors Bureau?
Okay.
Are they also a Visitors
go.
Bureau?
MVA, Mariana's Visitors
Authority.
That's
So yeah, I mean,
Yes.
there's been this isn't new.
Okay.
There have been people that are saying,
MVA.
why do we even need those?
Yeah.
There are people that are saying that both of them are
Okay.
waste of taxpayer money.
Nothing's coming out.
So I mean, let's be devil's advocate here.
Okay.
Let's argue not having GVB
Okay, let's go.
or the MVA. Because you could say that the hotels and the private sector market Guam anyways,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Don't they have their own marketing dollars? Don't they buy ads and don't they put it on social media now? You know, like come to Carrera or come to Nico, come to Subaki, and look at all the things that we got to offer, right? And so there's that argument there. There's the argument that maybe GVB's got too big of a budget and maybe shrink it. Maybe merge it with DPR because there's a little bit of confusion too. Where who is in charge, who oversees these parks? Like Epal Beach Park. It's not GVB. It's DPR.
Parks and Rec.
Yeah. So, and then, you know, are we doing enough to maintain our facilities? I would say no, we're not. But it's also not on GVB to clean the restrooms, right? So, I mean, if GVB is going to get blamed for the restrooms, then let them maintain them. Give them the budget to do it. Because there's a lot of confusion behind it all. So, I mean, there are plenty of arguments as to ending or no longer, I guess, abolishing. But there's so much conversation about abolishing, right? Abolish GVB, abolish GDOE, abolish Tomorrow Affairs, right? What is government supposed to provide for us? Right? It's supposed to provide better quality of life. Public health, public safety, public education. Everything else is extra. Everything else is a bonus. And some people are saying, well, that's not the government's job then. Do only those 3 things. And then the rest of us will take care of the extra. The private sector will. But I personally am not there. I think those are fair arguments. I personally am not there. And I don't know if people watch the economic what is it? The Special Economic Service meeting that took place yesterday. It's kind of dry, I'll be honest. It's pretty dry, but I was able to get a lot of good information watching it. And they knew that the public's watching. They know the public's watching because Senator Chris Duenas would every now and then say, for the interest of the public, I know this is something that they're concerned. Can you explain? And so they do, right? So I appreciate the fact that they put this economic meeting out there for the public to see, because we saw GVB there. The president of GVB, Regine Bisco-Lee, was there. The public auditor was there. Lester Carlson is there. DRT is there. And they just went through the whole thing. And so I was going to save this for the afternoon, but since we've got our listeners now at 7:48, we'll just go through some of it, right? Okay. So BBMR Director Lester Carlson says that Guam's April revenue report showed the government was $21 million ahead of the adopted revenue estimate. However, after subtracting shortfalls in special funds such as the Guam Highway Fund, Property Tax, Healthy Futures Fund, Tourist Attraction Fund, and money for legislative IT improvements, the report IT improvements, or is that the money for the AI application from Mike Nicholas? Is that the one we're talking about? The report showed a negative $6.7 million snapshot. He does say the number does not tell the full story because many tax payments were delayed. Because of Typhoon Sinlaku, the governor moved the tax filing deadline from April 15 to May 15. Carlson says May collections came in much stronger than expected. Individual income tax, corporate tax, and withholding tax brought in about $47 million more than expected. Because of that, Guam's gross general fund revenue is now estimated to be $62.2 million ahead. After subtracting the same special fund shortfalls, Guam would still be about $33.5 million ahead. So why do we need to do a hiring freeze? Why do we need to do a pay raise increase if we're tracking those numbers? Maybe it is politics. Maybe it is like, oh no, you won't put all your LTAs and your unclassifieds in classified positions before you leave office. Maybe we're going to do what we can to stop that from happening. Because if I'm governor, I don't want those people in my administration. I don't know. But hey, it's inorganic, according to Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenora, who sent two opinions from two former AGs, right? That said, that's an executive authority. And so you've got the executive branch, you've got the legislative branch, and then you got the judiciary branch. And so that is what the executive branch does. And so if they want to hire for their agencies, then you need to stay out of it. You need to stay in your lane. However, the legislature could go, then we won't give you all the money that you want, right? Because we handle the purse strings. So it's all, in a lot of ways, it is very political, right? So on property tax, Carlson explains that property tax collections are currently behind by about $24 million, but he said this is likely temporary. The governor extended the property tax payment deadline because there were problems getting invoices to property owners. This is true because we were waiting for ours as well. I'm like, so you don't want our money then? I'll go spend it on a vacation. It's not on me that your system is down. It's not on me that you didn't pay your taxes. Pay your bill. However, it is on me because they're going to come for me and my land if I don't pay, right? So we're all adults. We understand this. Fiscal year 2023 expected $35.7 million, collected $35.6. Fiscal year 2024 expected $35.8 and collected $35.7. Fiscal year 2025 expected 35.8 and collected a little more, 36.3 million. So even though fiscal year 2026 collections are low right now, he believes they will catch up by the end of the year. He also said that people cannot pay next year's property tax unless they first pay the current year's tax. And then he talks about Typhoon Sinlaku funds, right? There may still be some leftover. He said the government set aside money for Typhoon Sinlaku response, but spending has slowed down significantly. He said about $9.9 million remains in reserve and may not be needed. He suggests the legislature may get roughly $10 million back, and that money could either be used for other needs or returned to the rainy day fund. He does suggest, he says our investors would really prefer you put it back in the rainy day fund, because that would just show how responsible you are, right? It's one of those things too, when I just think about my own life and my own family and the things that we go through. I have a savings. All of a sudden, a car accident or something messes up with my car, unexpected, take it out of my savings. But what am I doing? I'm replenishing it, right? Get my paycheck. I start to replenish and put back into my savings, because that's just the responsible thing to do. Because if I don't, then what happens when I have another emergency? So that's when Lester Carlson was talking about that. That's kind of, I understood it as that, right? And then he wanted to remind, and see, this is the thing. He knows the public's watching.
Right on.
He knows because he points to the public that the public should be reminded that Guam continues to suspend the gas tax. He said without that suspension, gas would cost about 19 cents more per gallon. And so as immediate relief for residents, this is what the government of Guam is doing. Not just the executive branch, but also the legislature working in tandem, working together to do this for the general public. And then when it comes to federal tax credit advances, that's when DRT Director Marie Lazama talked a little bit about Guam receiving federal money for tax credits in March. The earned income tax credits were $52.4 million. Child tax credit, $59.9 million. She said the additional child tax credit is included in the child tax credit amount. She also says that the American Opportunity Tax Credit helps families with college expenses. And then they were talking about the fiscal year 2027. BBMR projects gross general fund revenue to be about $1.7 billion. Guam is requesting more Section 30 money. He says Guam is asking the federal government for $85.1 million in Section 30 funds for fiscal year 2027. This is about $5.5 million more than the $79.7 million Guam received in fiscal year 2026. He said Guam can generally rely on this money because the federal government usually honors the advance requests. Additional payments may come later after reconciliation. Now, this is the interesting part. And later on in the afternoon show, I'm going to play this audio clip for our listeners in the afternoon. I just haven't, again, I'm not even supposed to be here, Dice.
Hey, come on, Pauly.
So-
I like you, dude. Come on.
So
I roll with you,
I've
fam.
planned a lot of what we're even talking about now for later in the afternoon. So I do want to save the audio clip from yesterday's hearing for later. But basically, Lester Carlson, so this is like a spoiler alert for later on in the afternoon show. Just don't watch in the afternoon. Just don't watch, because I'm just going to be
You said you're
talking
gonna
about the
play it.
same stuff.
You're going to play it. We're
Well,
gonna
for
watch
the
it.
people that didn't watch this morning, because they can't hear me. If they're not watching right now, they don't know that I'm saying this. And if you're watching now, don't watch in the afternoon, because you're like, hey, this sounds a lot like what you said this morning.
I heard you. I heard you say that this morning, Pauly.
Hey, he's just recycling material.
Hey,
I'm like, yes, that is what I will be honest with you. Yes, we are recycling material.
I got you. I got you.
I have no more.
Cutting my soap prep in half here.
Let's talk trash about GVB some more.
We don't talk.
I've got a lot of material on that.
I can do this for days, he says. He's like, look. Man,
How many more hours you want me to talk trash about GVB? 3 more? Okay, let's go.
I got all these. Good God. Lord have mercy.
So this is the interesting part about BBMR.
All right.
He says fiscal year 2027 executive branch assumes the business privilege tax stays at 4.5, even though there's not discussion, yo.
Okay.
They're going down. It's going down to 4.
Is it really? I haven't been following.
Yes,
Okay.
they have made up their mind. I know they're like, oh, with the contemplation or whatever, right?
Okay.
We're like, we're gonna contemplate. No, they're going down.
Oh.
They've made up their mind and they have the numbers to go down. It went from 4.5 out of the kindness of Senator Chris Duenas' heart.
Okay.
To go.
Is it really? Yeah.
You know, they're like, okay, let's do this for one fiscal year instead of going from 5 straight to 4.
Okay.
Let's do 4.5. And you know, there were some people in the legislature that said, no, that would be disastrous to the government. I have my reservations.
Okay.
I have my reservations. But I plainly did ask last week Senator Chris Duenas and Senator Shanga Matautau, by going down to 4%, you can still effectively provide the funds. Well, you can provide funds to these agencies, and these agencies can effectively provide the services to the community. And they both confidently said yes. However, we have also heard from Senator Chris Duenas time and time again that he says this is not a money issue. This is a management issue. And so when you look at the data, when you look at how much money agencies have after a fiscal year, they usually are in excess. They have trouble spending down their money. So there's always this excess revenue. However, the legislature will create a law that says, let them keep their excess revenue for next fiscal year. And then DOA will go, what excess revenue?
I did not know that. I have not been following.
I got
have
$4
not
million
been
for
following.
DOC maintenance. DOA, no, you don't.
Real.
8 o'clock
That's
on the dot. Let's
crazy.
take the break. KGUM FM in Dededo, Guam.
AP News, I'm Ed Donahue. President Trump says the U.S. will be firing back on Iran today.
Well, we're going to be attacking them very hard.
You're resuming bombing?
Yeah.
At the White House, the president says there is a deal with Iran. It just needs signatures.
Iran, very simply, cannot have a nuclear weapon, and they won't. And they've agreed to that. All they have to do is they have to start signing a paper. It's fully negotiated. We have a fully negotiated, but they're tapping and tapping. And I said, all right, let's give them a couple of more days. They're tapping because it's a meaningful paper.
The military says it fired on a tanker trying to transport oil from Iran. Stocks are sharply lower at the close after the government reported inflation last month hit 4%. Republicans and Democrats on Capitol Hill are lobbying President Trump to immediately name a permanent director of national intelligence to make it easier for Congress to renew a key surveillance authority before it expires. But the president so far has resisted. FIFA President Gianni Infantino is defending World Cup ticket prices.
If we do something wrong, then probably everyone selling tickets in North America is doing something wrong.
FIFA priced tickets starting at $140 for the 48-nation 104-game tournament that starts tomorrow, and priced regular seats up to $8,000 for the July 19th final in New Jersey. It raised prices for the final to $10,000 and then to $32,000. It's Game 4 of the NBA Finals in New York. The Knicks have a 2-1 lead on the San Antonio Spurs. Amina Sater is a Knicks fan.
I'm excited. I just hope those refs know what they're doing tonight. That last game was just really ridiculous with their calls, but I'm really excited for them. I think it's going to be a better game tonight.
Where are you going to watch?
I'm going to watch at home. I was going to stay in the city, but I live in Staten Island. We're not doing all that, so I'm just going to go home tonight.
President Trump will not be at the game. More information at apnews.com. This is AP News. Honda is recalling more than 880,000 cars.
Rear suspension components may fail and cause drivers to lose control of the vehicle. The recall covers some 2016 to 2022 Honda Pilots, 2017 to 2023 Ridgeline, 2019 to 2023 Passport, and 2014 to 2020 Acura MDX vehicles. Honda and Acura dealers will inspect the rear subframe and install a reinforcement kit or will repair or replace the rear subframe components at no cost to vehicle owners. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Health officials will be on high alert for germs as soccer fans gather for World Cup matches in the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. A heat wave could be a health threat, but infectious disease can spread in a crowd. I'm Ed Donahue, AP News.
You're listening to Mornings with Patti, where the conversation belongs to everyone.
Half a day Guam, this is Josh Wilson from the National Weather Service with your Thursday morning, June 11th forecast. Mostly dry weather will continue over the coming days with shower coverage expected to remain generally isolated in nature. Combined seas of 3 to 4 feet will persist until the weekend while winds remain from the east to northeast around 5 to 10 miles per hour. For the latest weather forecast from us here at the National Weather Service, visit us at weather.gov/GUM or dial 211. Have a great day, everyone.
The road to Adelup is here, and this time we spoke with Democrat candidates, Senator Torius Terlahi and Senator Sabina Perez. Here is your opportunity to hear how they plan to govern Guam. Watch the conversation on Wave 105's YouTube channel, dated May 28th. This is a glimpse of Guam radio station.
Half a day, everyone. Good morning and welcome back. It's Mornings with Patti on the Wave 105 FM with our guest host this morning. Coming out of the bright side, we have Pauly Suba. Studio lines are always available. You are welcome to give us a call at 671-922-1051 or 1052. Keep in mind, the show this morning is being brought to you by our friends at Subway. Eat fresh in just a few clicks. Order online at subwaypacific.com for pickup at your convenience or for delivery right at your doorstep. Online ordering at subwaypacific.com. It's powered by Good to Go. We deliver at Subway. You gotta refresh to be fresh. Bank Pacific. Where others place branches, we place roots. Visit bankpacific.com today. GTA, we start with you. Mobile gas stations turn every fuel stop into rewards with Mobile Smiles. Download the app today for exclusive offers and faster rewards at the pump. Mobile Smiles, fuel up and save. Take Care Insurance Company, Our Island, your health plan. Right now at Triple J Ford, get a free $500 gas card when you drive home with the new Ford truck. Visit triplejguam.com and get pre-approved instantly. Shop, dine, and relax at the Agana Shopping Center, your destination for food, fun, and local favorites all year long. Patch tinting and detailing for all your special interior cleaning. Call 671-483-7522. Code One Store is your tactical shop for public safety and everyday gear, serving Guam since 1999. Shop 511 Tactical and Condor Outdoor, plus steel toe footwear. Stop by Code One Store today. And Chili's Grill and Bar. At Chili's, more life, great food, and memories happen here.
We know what we wish to protect. Our rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Thomas Jefferson stated, "Knowledge is power, knowledge is safety, knowledge is happiness, and the cost of ignorance is extraordinary." Read it, study it, cherish it, wield the power granted by the United States Constitution, because the power of knowledge is just as extraordinary. Do you wield the power?
Liberty. It's an American thing. From AmericanThing.org.
All right, Guam, let's do some traffic for you right now. We're going to go ahead and move forward with Guam Auto Spot, and you could schedule a test drive. Just give us a call at 478-AUTO, or you may also look at our inventory if you visit our website at guamautospot.com. Motorists are advised to expect lane closures in both directions along Route 17. That's going to be around Cross Island Road between Route 5 and Route 4A. As Samsung America continues power pole installation. Bush cutting along Route 4 starting from the Elick Bridge heading north towards Sinahanya. Side cutting along Route 4 starting from the Talafofu Bay Lookout heading south towards Inalahan. It looks like work will occur at 9 a.m. possibly until 4 o'clock, and this is all going to be depending on the weather. So motorists are advised to expect traffic delays this morning. Plan your travel time accordingly. Use alternate routes and follow the posted detour signs. Reduce speed limits and comply with the posted speed limits when passing through the work zones. Remain alert for the uneven pavement surfaces and temporary steel plates. Make sure that you do proceed with caution at all times. It looks like traffic is beginning to build up for our friends coming around Jigo. That's going to be around Anderson Air Force Base. We have got strong northbound traffic on both Route 9. That's going to be coming from Santa Bernadita Church, Muchinau Elementary School, as well as our friends getting up and around G-Mart North Gajanero, heading towards Anderson Air Force Base. So keep your eyes on that back end. Dedido traffic north and southbound flowing in to Machechi Road, as well as our friends hopping on to Route 16. That's going to be in Barricada. Let's keep our eyes on the roads. Make sure that you're not texting and driving, and we should all be able to have ourselves a safe Thursday morning. This is your traffic report because we are moving forward with our friends at Guam Auto Spot.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Celebrate Father's Day with Power 98 and Wave 105 as we honor our first heroes. To enter, send a WhatsApp message or call in and share your funniest or most heartfelt dad story. Winners will be revealed from June 15th to June 19th, and you can win your dad a special bundle prize. Stay locked in to Power 98 and Wave 105. Brought to you by Guam Plaza Resort, Nana's Cafe, Roots Grill House, AutoWorks, Jollibee, Proline, and Cream and Butter.
The road to Adelup continues. This time, we sit down with Republican candidates. Vice Speaker Tony Atta and E.J. Calvo. Catch the full conversation that took place on May 5th on the Wave 105's YouTube channel. Stay informed and hear their vision for Guam's future. Wave 105 is a glimpse of Guam radio station.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the show hosts, guests, and callers, and do not necessarily reflect the views of the staff or management of Wave 105.1 FM, Glimpses Media, or our partners. We strive to provide quality, respectful, and engaging content, and we welcome you to participate in the conversation. Thank you for tuning in to Wave 105.1 FM. Enjoy the show.
Oh, 105.1 The Wave is the talk of Guam. Start your morning with confidence right here on Mornings with Patti.
Oh, wait, that's me.
All right, welcome back. Mornings with Patti. My name is Pauly. Suba filling in, hanging out with Dice. We are rolling.
Biba, biba.
8:10 in the morning, 671-922-1051 or 1052. Biba, hot miss.
Yes, sir.
It's so hot outside.
It's hot outside, Pauly.
That sun.
It's ridiculous.
For those that didn't hear us in the 7 o'clock hour.
Not fair.
That sun reminds us of that girl in that movie Obsession.
Oh, dude.
Just.
Bro, I gotta see these movies, man, that you're throwing, man.
Obsession, I'm hearing, is really good.
Okay.
Backrooms?
Backrooms
is another one that I'm hearing is very good. I haven't watched either one. My kids
are into that?
Well, they like those, but my kids are more fans than I have ever been because I liked Scary Movie. Okay. Scary Movie was funny.
Scary Movie's all right.
However, then there was a Scary Movie 2, and I'm like,
I got you, dog.
This is lame jokes. Then there was Scary Movie 3. I'm like, okay, they're not hitting like they used to. So I don't know if this is Scary Movie 4 or 5. I don't know. Maybe it's Scary Movie 8. I don't know. There's plenty scary movies, but they came out with a new one. The difference between this one, because the Wayans brothers, they started it.
Yeah.
Damon.
And they're funny.
Yeah.
But
Is it
they're not
Damon?
doing these movies very well.
Well, no, they gave it up.
Okay.
They sold it.
That's what happened.
And that's what people are saying. So now they are behind it again.
Okay. They're coming
And
back.
my kids love it.
Thank God.
They love it. They're very offensive. So, because people get offended when it's not when these jokes aren't said in stand up or in a movie. So I won't repeat them because I don't need people calling in and saying, "Wow, that's not funny."
Don't do it.
I'm just repeating jokes.
We got strong critics this year. Some strong critics.
I refuse to apologize. I'm repeating jokes that we heard in the movies.
Pauly.
And also stand-up comedy because I don't know if you watched did you watch the Kevin Hart roast?
Oh.
People are offended. They're like, those are some racist. Yes, they are. They were meant to be racist. Everybody signed up for these racism jokes.
Comedy is.
They all signed up. They all agreed. They're like, you're coming for me, I'm coming for you. You come for me, I know Kill Tony's going to be there. So I'm going to kill Tony with my jokes. Right? Yeah. That's what he does. Like, people are so offended by Kill Tony. I'm like, don't watch him then. Don't watch him.
Gotta watch it.
But I saw it on Netflix. Why? Why did you watch it on Netflix? You know he's going to trigger you. You know he's going to say some things that offend you. Don't watch him. He wants that kind of attention. He leans into it. He knows he's going to get a reaction. So you're just helping him, to be honest. He loves that stuff.
I got you.
Right. And so they came for Kevin Hart and goes, we all signed up for it. That's what we do when we roast each other. Like, but it doesn't have to be racist. I'm like, then just do your things and don't participate then. Because when you watch, I'm sorry, you are participating now. You are participating.
Not everyone's
You don't need to watch it.
Yeah.
You don't need to go buy tickets to these shows. If you're offended, get up and walk out. Right? Because if you just sit there and you just listen to the whole thing, then you're a participant. You're a spectator too. But it's okay to laugh sometimes. That's what they do.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Tom Brady, same way with Tom Brady.
Yes,
they roasted him too.
He was so
Tom
he even
Brady's
goes,
roast.
"Hey,
Come
just
on, we saw
don't talk about my wife and my kids." They did.
We saw it.
They did, and he's like, oh, "Okay," and he's like, "I'll be a good sport," but I thought I told you guys not to talk about my kids.
We saw it. They did. They came for him.
Ay, dang.
They came for him. Roasting is real.
Let's pivot to something very serious, right? Because this is something
What's on your
that
mind?
got
Let's
a
go.
lot of attention
Okay.
yesterday. I think the video is about 24 hours, was posted about 24 hours ago.
Okay.
By this individual called Real, Right, and Uncut, right?
Real Right.
He's stateside, and what he does is he interviews people that are houseless, people that are living on the street, people that are suffering from drug addiction, right? So in the comments, it says drug addiction, alcoholism, homelessness, mental health awareness, and interviews. Donations keep this channel running. If you would like to help me, please send a donation to $the real big host. Contact me by emailing realrightanduncut@gmail.com. Apparently, the FBI has already reached out to him. He has already submitted the video to the FBI.
Oh, that's
and
quick.
Yes,
Okay.
and he is, he's working with them. He's in contact
Full
with them.
cooperation.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So we'll play this video in its entirety, but I have edited it, right?
Okay.
So this is an edited version of his video, but I have to give him the credit.
Right.
The credit is Real, Right, and Uncut. It was published over 24 hours ago, and when you go to the video, he's already published let me see. Last time it was 4. If I go down, he's already published 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 other videos after he posted the video of a woman who calls herself Paloma Luke. She says her name is Paloma Luck, but it's, how do you pronounce
Luke?
Luke,
Yes,
right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So it's got 45,000 views already, and it says Paloma Luke found alive after being reported missing since 2011, since she was 10 years old. That's the title of the video. It is alarming because we have been looking for her and her sister, Paloma and her sister, since 2011.
15 years.
And people have not given up, right? There is a woman that has dedicated her life to finding them. She used to live in Guam. Let me find that article.
Okay.
Former detective. This is, I pulled this from KPRG's website by Brian Manabat, and this was published on October 14, 2025. And a woman by the name of Josephine Wenzel, founder of Angels of Justice and mother of a murder victim herself, says someone on the island knows what happened to Paloma and Melina Luke, who were just 10 and 9 years old when they vanished near a bus stop in STO Saipan in May of 2011. Wenzel met with the FBI and says federal agents remain committed to solving the case, right? Wenzel, who grew up in Guam and now lives in Washington State, says silence only protects the guilty and warns that whoever took the girls may still pose a threat. She said, and for all you mothers out there, you should be outraged. You should all be concerned that 2 innocent children in your little island were taken and there are no answers. Wenzel will also, well, this happened already. So she was among the presenters at the 3rd Regional Forensic Science Symposium in Guam, October 15 and 17 of last year. And so this year marks 15 years since the girls disappeared, right? So, again, this video comes up. There have been no leads.
Okay.
There have been 0 leads until this video showed up yesterday. And we'll play that now.
Let me see it.
See what?
Oh, you recording? Okay. Where the money?
You just got to put the volume up on the console.
You don't trust me or something?
Yeah.
Why you don't trust me?
I don't trust nobody.
You don't have to start over.
Hold on. First, I want to make sure that you're willing to keep it honest and give me a good video.
Yeah, I got you.
Cause you was kind of scared to even do it. Can't have the radio on my video now. You're doing too much. Nah, I can't do all that. This is gonna be a YouTube video. I can't be putting other people's music on my channel.
All right.
You pretty now. Get in here and rap and take over my. Look at you dropping my glasses and stuff. What's your nickname?
My nickname?
Yeah, ain't it?
Hell.
It's popping. I hear it popping.
My nickname is Mia. My real name is Paloma Luck.
Paloma?
Yes.
Why, you don't got to put your real name on here.
I'm from the Sapanes.
What's that?
I'm missing. I've been missing.
Why you pulling your hair out?
I've been missing since I was 10 years old.
I'm making sure you're legal. How old are you?
Oh, I'm 24.
Okay, you a grown woman now.
I got 2 birthdays, though. When I was 16, they wanted me to be 18. So...
When you were 16,
my birthday.
Who wanted you to be 18?
12/24/99.
You giving out too much information.
My real birthday is.
I want to know your real birthday.
February 9th, 2001.
What the hell?
And I'm trying to get back to Washington D.C.
What part of D.C? You from southeast side?
Honestly, I don't know.
You from Frederick Douglass?
Somewhere around.
Y'all heard about the lock up?
Go get me a
you need
hair
you need to comb.
I need to go get my hair.
You too pretty. You too pretty to be out here just thugging. I don't know if you know who I am or not. I videos about people that's out here struggling with addiction. And when I seen you, I was going to meet somebody at the Oaks Motel, but you flagged me down. I told you, she think I want a trick. So let me turn around and ask her if she interested in doing a video. So that's what we here. I want to know your story. How you end up out there, doing your 1-2?
hanging around the wrong people.
How old were you when you first
Started smoking crack.
Nah, I didn't get to that part yet. I was gonna ask you, how old were you when you first started experiencing the street lifestyle? That can be. What's in that bottle?
When I was 10 years old. That's
10?
water.
Smell like mouthwash. You gonna pick my vape up? You just take.
I need this vape. This vape.
So, but you didn't even ask me for it. You just gonna take.
Yeah, I need a cigarette.
10 years old. Who introduced you to the lifestyle at 10 years old?
I was kidnapped when I was 10 years old. I was at the bus stop waiting on to go to school, and I was in the Sapanes, and somebody kidnapped me. You can actually find me on YouTube under Paloma Luck. Missing from Azteo Street.
You say you was in the what now? You keep saying that name. No, I'm gonna pay you. I got you.
All right, we finna be done with this
No,
video.
10 minutes. That's how long the video gonna be.
Let me see.
I ain't even. What you want to see? Wait 3 minutes. But talk about that. Talk about the situation. You say somebody picked you up. But how did they introduce you to the lifestyle? Just because somebody picked you up, then how did that lead you to the streets?
It led me to the streets. I was on the way to school, and I was kidnapped, and they brought me here. And
oh, you been missing since then? God. So when you got a little older, why you didn't contact? No, you ain't gonna take my phone. You picking up too much got going on. So listen, when you got older, why you didn't contact your family?
because I ain't got no phone.
Man,
I need a computer or something.
You might not have had a phone at 10 years old. When you got 16, 17, and start getting high and doing whatever you did, why you ain't contacting them?
Oh, my phone.
How old were you when you started smoking crack?
Oh, I just started smoking crack like a few months ago.
What made you decide to do? You got the gold teeth in your mouth. You like you getting money. What made you decide to start smoking crack a couple months ago? Crack is like an old school drug. Most young people don't do that. So what led you to that?
What led me to that?
Yeah.
Hanging around the wrong.
When you first decided, when you first gave in and said, okay, let me try this, what were your thoughts and what were your feelings?
Hey, I needed to get my kids back and get my mother.
You took a blast and then started thinking positive? Mm-hmm. Smoking crack, do you ever put any action behind your positive thoughts when you get high?
Yeah.
What's your living situation?
I'm actually homeless at the moment.
What is it gonna take for you to get back on your feet?
Probably getting my kids back, getting me some.
I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying. How can you get back on your feet to get your kids back?
Thinking about turning myself in for that money that I'm missing for.
Oh yeah.
And either they gonna deport me, or they gonna give me my money.
You like are you Asian descent? You like
no.
What is you then? You don't look white or black or Indian, none of that.
I'm Hispanic.
Oh, are you? Okay, you Hispanic. Okay, I can go for that. Making the plays. When you see me, you try to flag me down. When you first did that the very first time, how did you feel? Knowing that you done got to the point where you're willing to do that for money.
How much longer is the video? We're finna go to the library.
Okay, you're gonna have to answer the question before I end the video, though.
What was the question?
The question was, when you first decided to start making plays, how did you feel? And I asked you that because a lot of women say they felt dirty and they felt they got in the shower and did all this
I
shit.
don't be making plays for real.
So why you want to flag me though?
Because I just be asking people for money for real. I'm trying to get me a job or get back to my DoorDash or get me another car or something. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. Get me somewhere to live.
Right. Do you think you'll be able to get back on your feet and get your kids back as long as you got addiction?
Surely is.
Think you can?
Yeah.
When your kids get older, would you want them to follow your footsteps?
No.
You wouldn't? So just in case there was a group of young people right there watching us, and they wanted to try the lifestyle, what would you say to stop them from trying the lifestyle?
Don't go that way, go the other way.
Why is that?
Because it's just facts.
What would happen if they go this way?
You don't know what road you might end up on.
That's a fact. What's your nickname again? I'm trying to end the video.
Paloma Luck.
Paloma Luck. I'm going. Your ass is crazy. You wild.
There you go. I mean, clearly the woman has gone through it, right? So, I mean, obviously at this point, the claim has not been independently verified. There is currently no public evidence confirming that she is Paloma Luke, right? There is an article that was published in December of 2025, and it is the same individual in North Carolina, and it says a Greensboro woman is facing serious felony charges following an alleged armed robbery that occurred just days before Christmas, right? And the article states that the woman's name is Mia Skylar Ayers. You heard her say that her nickname is Mia, right? But her real name is Paloma Luck, right? And she was told that she needs to change her birthday. She even gets the correct birthday down of Paloma Luke, right? Like and then she says she's from the Saipans. Right. Obviously, that's Saipan. And so, again, because nothing has been credibly verified, and the FBI is taking this as a serious lead, but it brings up so many feelings, right? Like, not just, I mean, of course the CNMI felt it the most, for sure. But even here in Guam, you know, we're all just heartbroken over two girls, 10 years old and 9, that went missing. And for so long, no leads. And so, I mean, one way or another, though, again, this girl, I dreamt about her. It's a tough one. Right? I dreamt about this woman. I was restless. I really do feel for this woman. And so, I mean, all I can do and all we can do right now, we're so far away, is just pray for this woman. Because she clearly has gone through a lot in her life. Whoever she is. And I see in the comments that people are very quick, not just to discredit her, but just bring her down. She is still a human being. And she's suffering from mental instability, from drug addiction. She's clearly lost. And she looks like one of us. I think that's why I'm restless. Mm-hmm. I can't couldn't even sleep well. Because this woman looks like she's from our island, from this region. She looks more like, I guess it's because she looks like my sister.
Okay.
Right? I mean, she could be,
Seen some
you know.
similarities, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And the world has done its damage on this woman. And so I pray for her. I pray that she gets the help that she deserves. And her children. She has children. And she's clearly been in the system. So, I mean, I hope they find her. I hope they have found her by now. She says who she says she is. Well, I mean, then you have fingerprints. I don't think you even need the DNA test. You can, right? Because I know in birth they fingerprint babies.
Yes. Yeah.
So compare the two. I hope it's there. Correct me if I'm wrong, though.
What's on your mind?
So, I mean, because you know more than I do, and I'm not trying to dig, right?
What's up?
But can you tell me what happened to the dad?
All
Is there anything that you know about their dad?
You know, we haven't heard from the father, actually. And
So we don't know where he is
we
either?
have not heard from the father, actually. There's been a lot of activity with her mother during the time. But
Sure.
To this day, we have not heard from the father.
And that's why I want to be sensitive to the whole thing, because there is a family looking for these children, right? And and they have older siblings or younger siblings?
Right.
Older and younger?
Yes, older and younger. She's
See?
got 3 more siblings,
Right.
actually, yes.
Right. Understood. But we don't know where the dad is?
No word on the father, yes.
Wow. All right. We'll take the break, and then on the other side, there's more that we'll talk about. We're only going to be on till 9. There's a number of administrative stuff that I got to take care of before the show at 2. Right.
Okay.
So we're still doing the bright side from 2 to 6 p.m. So we'll be on for a little bit longer, and then we'll get you another. Man, I really do like Mr. John Batchelor.
Okay, yes.
John
Yay.
Batchelor,
That was-
he just continues to give us more updates on what is happening, especially in the war in Iran. Come on now, let's stop saying that it's not. It clearly is.
It's a war.
And so Mr. John Batchelor gets a number of experts that are following, and so I've learned a lot just listening to him. So we'll get him back on in the 9 o'clock hour. But you still got Dice and I until 9, right? So we'll take the break. Wave 105.
The road to Adelup is in full swing. We recently spoke with Democrat candidates Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio and Senator Tina Munilla Barnes to learn more about their vision for Guam. Catch the full conversation that took place on May 26th on the Wave 105's YouTube channel. This is a glimpses of Guam radio station.
Why be at the forefront of childhood cancer research? At St. Jude, we do it because every innovation we make is a moment we give to children with cancer everywhere. But we can't do it without you. Help St. Jude give children with cancer more moments. Moments that can last a lifetime. Learn more at stjude.org.
Under the Constitution, America is a republic. The First Amendment secures our ability to change our political laws by protecting our rights to religion, assembly, press, petition, and speech. We're the only country born from the idea that people must be free to pursue their happiness, uninhibited by the government. This has kept us as one nation under God through 2.5 centuries of peaceful transition of power. The United States are at the top of the world today, but the graveyard of history is full of the remains of once mighty empires. Will our republic degenerate into an oligarchy, as Rome did 2,000 years ago? Or is the best yet to come for the land of the free? Jefferson warned how easy it is for liberty to yield and government to gain ground. This process is not unstoppable. The future of America depends on our support for the principles of the Constitution. It's an American thing.
Liberty. It's an American thing. From AmericanThing.org.
Bank Pacific has a $100 gift for all recent high school and college graduates.
Okay, I'll bite. What is it?
Open a checking account with Bank Pacific, show us you just graduated, and bingo, we'll deposit an additional $100 into your account.
What about a Visa debit card?
Yep, Visa debit card, online and mobile banking, remote deposit capture, the works.
What about for existing customers who just graduated?
They get $100 too.
Great, count me in.
Bank Pacific, where others put branches, we place roots. Conditions apply, member FDIC.
Half a day. This is Luella Lucinio, host of Pinas de Guam. Together with the Filipino community of Guam and Wave 105.1, we proudly celebrate Philippine Independence Month with the theme Kalayaan, Kinabukasan, Kasaysayan, Freedom, Future, History. From Guam to the Philippines, we honor our shared history, celebrate our freedom, and build our future together. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas at Guam!
All summer long, Chili's Party Platters make celebrating easy and delicious. Perfect for grad parties, family gatherings, or anytime you're feeding a crowd. Available for pickup or for delivery. Only at Chili's. Great value and memories happen here.
My name is Emma. I am 13 years old. 6 years ago, I was injured in a car accident that left me paralyzed from the waist down. Once I completed rehab, my mom applied for a canine companion service dog. Last January, I finally got to meet my service dog, Marcia. We quickly developed a very strong bond. Together, we go to my horseback riding lessons, school band practice, swim meets, and archery classes. Together, we pick vegetables, and we like to cut flowers. I love Marcia. She makes me feel like together we can do anything. I can't imagine life without her. She's a part of the family. We are just one of the thousands of teams Canine Companions has paired together over the past 50 years. With your help, we can continue for another 50. Visit canine.org to see the many ways you can change lives.
I can tell that we are gonna be friends.
Do you hear that? And that? And that? Those are the sounds of a healthy and vibrant community. And to this United Way volunteer, nothing sounds better. They're the sounds of children being given greater chances to succeed in school. The sounds of neighbors receiving the support needed to overcome challenges, both big and small. They're the sounds of families gaining access to quality healthcare and nutritious food for their tables. And they're the sounds of members of our community who've benefited from United Way's financial education programs. See, wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. People working together to respond and growing the good for everyone. United is the way. So join us by getting involved or giving back. Learn more at unitedway.org.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, may I ask a few questions?
Yeah, of course.
Do you have any pets?
Yes, we have a dog.
Great. Do you have a pool outside?
Nope, just a big old backyard.
Nice. Another question. Are there any unlocked guns in the home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, let's just talk about what we can bring for dessert.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council.
Stay informed, stay connected. Wave 105, the talk of Guam.
$8:41 in the morning, Wave 105, 671-922-1051 or 1052. We are online, thewave105.com, as well as our YouTube channel, Wave 105.1 FM Guam. Mornings with Patti, rolling with dice. I'm just hanging out, right? So like I said, we're going to go until about 9 a.m. I've got some administrative duties.
Right on.
It's a big duty. So,
and a business.
yeah.
We got
So,
business.
We'll go back to Mr. John Batchelor, hour 2, because I know we only did the hour 1.
He's a lot of fun, Pauly.
Yeah, so we did hour 1 from 6 to 7 with Mr. Batchelor, and then we'll continue that conversation hour 2 in the 9 o'clock hour. That's going to take us to 10, Luella Lucinio, Pinas to Guam, right? Nice. So happy Philippine Independence Month, right? All of June. So she is going to be in, and then UOG Center for Island. Actually, no, that's the UOG Sea Grant. That's Guam right. Green That's Growth right. is coming in 11 to 12. And then we've got this podcast that happens around 1 p.m. At 1 p.m. It's the Mission Podcast.
The Mission.
With T-Rod. It's very good. It's very good. Focuses on the Catholic faith, right?
Oh,
and so,
I see.
Yeah, if you're not Catholic and you get offended by it, then just don't listen.
We're offended by religion now.
Just don't listen.
Come on, guys.
It's
We're a little sensitive much.
Don't listen to it then.
Okay, I got you. Like, how are we going to win this, man? God, I can't please everyone.
And then Ryan and I will be on from 2 to 6 for the bright side, right? But it's already bright outside. That sun.
Hey, it's for sure.
The sun is sunning.
Might be. You said the sun is
The sun is sunning.
The sun is sunning.
It is hot Webbis out there.
Bro, it's hot. It's hot.
Yeah. That's probably why the flame trees are flaming.
Bro.
They're not. You're like, they're so red. No, they're on fire.
It's hot outside, man.
It's on fire. Those trees have been caught on fire.
It is hot outside.
Everybody's like, whoa, we should do a flame tree festival. I'm like, flame trees, this has been going on for quite a while.
Okay.
Right? However, they haven't been blooming like they've been blooming.
All right.
Right? Like, we need to plant more flame trees. I'm like, well, they're not native.
Hey, man, that's a dangerous tree, man.
But it is beautiful, right?
It's a beautiful tree, but it's a dangerous tree, man.
They're beautiful trees, and it's great to see them blooming the way that they are. But they, they haven't in a while, not the way they are now, right? Yeah. And so, the worry is you're gonna put all of this focus on these flame trees and festivals, and they're like, hey, this is the flame tree festival. Where are all the flame trees? They're right here. They're just not blooming. From my understanding, Saipan does a flame tree festival, right?
We do, man. We do. And
like, stop stealing the flame tree festival from Saipan. That's their thing.
We do.
That's their thing.
Flame tree festival. Yeah.
And I saw some photos. I saw some footage of the flame trees in Saipan. They are, obviously some of the flame trees have fallen, but they're blooming out in Saipan right now too, right?
They are.
Yeah.
Right.
So they're amazing. So the Flame Tree Festival is around July 4th, right? It's right around Liberation Day, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
4th of July,
4th
right?
of July. 4th of July, yes.
Right, and then you have a parade on the 4th or the 5th?
The 4th. We do it on the 4th. Yeah.
And so you have your own festival.
That's correct.
Right around the time for not just Saipan but the CNMI, right?
Yes,
because
all the
villages are.
Yes.
Yeah. So stop trying to take the Flame Tree Festival. It's taken already.
Yes, it is. It is.
We are
it's a strong tree, though.
Yes.
It's a dangerous tree, Pauly. You got to be careful because, you get sun and that flame tree together. That's some slippery roads, man.
Really?
A lot of accidents on Saipan and
See
Tinian.
that?
The sap is strong.
See that?
The pedals are strong, so don't.
Kind of reminds me of that woman in Obsession again.
Yeah, what are you saying?
Because that's what that movie's about.
Is it?
She's a beautiful woman, but she's a crazy one. She'll hurt you.
I really got to
She
watch
will hurt
this
you.
film, man. I got to watch this. Is it on Apple TV?
No, it's in the movie theater.
It's in the movie theater. Okay. Obsession.
Yeah.
Now we got to watch it. I got to watch that. Okay, I got
like
you.
she hid all her red flags until they got together and here they come. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, say, can you see?
Like them kind of chicks.
The flags are being risen.
We don't like them ones. We don't like them chicks, man. No.
I don't want to spoil it for people, but my kids already kind of spoiled it for me.
What is it?
Something about a wish, like he wished that this woman would fall in love with him. And then you know how the saying is, be careful what you wish for?
Okay.
Yeah, he wished for the wrong girl because that girl just came for everyone.
Talking about,
everyone. Yeah, Obsession, Back Rooms is another good one that's out right now. Scary Movie is another movie that's out that people are talking about. They're saying that that's pretty funny. It's the it depends, because if you like that parody stuff, right? If you like if you like them doing, if you like skits, and making fun of other movies, then yeah, that's if that's your thing, then go check it out. I think I do want to watch.
It's a thriller.
Which one? Obsession?
No, Backrooms.
Yeah,
that's gonna be
psychological thriller.
Oh, it's gonna be a thriller. Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah, so that's getting a lot of good reviews too. He-Man, not so much.
Okay.
He-Man.
He-Man.
Yes, Master of the Universe.
There's He-Man.
Yes.
Quit.
Yeah, that one's out too.
Stop. There is.
There is.
I heard Thundercats is coming out. I don't
Really?
know. Yeah, Thundercats. They're working on Thundercats.
They gotta be careful with that stuff because I feel like they also ruined the He-Man. I haven't watched the He-Man.
When you get the wrong actors playing these characters,
I mean, what are you doing? Are you trying to get a new? Are you trying to get a new audience? Because if you're trying to get a new audience, then you gotta tone it down a bit. You can't make it so dark. You're trying to get the kids to like this stuff. Don't make it so dark, right? Because I saw some footage. I didn't watch this movie, but I saw some footage of the He-Man.
He-Man.
And it's got like this dark.
Who plays He-Man?
It's got some very serious tones to the movie.
Okay.
And I'm like, is this for kids or is it not for kids?
All right.
Because if it's not for kids, what are we doing? Are we just trying to play to people my age that watched it as kids and now we're grown?
Okay.
And so now you have to appease the adult audience? Because if you're doing that, you're failing. Because the trick is, if you really want a blockbuster, you need to, especially with He-Man, you need to tone it down and make it kid friendly. You need to make it family friendly. You don't Skeletor's scary already.
Oh,
so,
yeah, you gotta add that.
Yeah, so why do you want to make it too scary for parents to take their kids? Because he's a skeleton guy. He's already scary looking.
He was the best action figure to have.
He was.
He was the best action figure to have. Yeah. We didn't want that, right?
The thing about the He-Man toys was every body was the same. Right. They all had the exact same physique. And they just replaced the head, right? Like you could take Skeletor's head off and put it on He-Man's head. It's the same physique.
It's the same thing.
It's like, man, these guys are swole. All of them. None of them skip leg day either.
Masters of the
Universe. Yeah, I think that's the big flop. Is it's not necessarily It's not family friendly. At least that's not what I'm hearing from the critics.
It's not
right. It's like this is for people my age that watched He-Man as a kid, and now they're making it the content is more adult because all the people that watched it have grown up. But I'm like, if you do it that way, you're not going to get a new audience then.
Went from PG to R.
It's definitely not G. And that's what they should have made it G.
Okay.
They should have. They should have.
G
because that's what Super Mario Brothers is doing. A whole new generation of kids are loving the Super Mario movies.
Yoshi!
Yeah.
Yoshi!
Right.
That was a great movie.
Right.
I enjoyed that.
But we're about less than 2 hours away from the NBA Finals, Game 4.
Okay.
Right, and so we're about 2, maybe 3 hours away from New York City being burned to the ground.
You're still on that.
They're burning it down, whether they win or lose. It's like a no-win situation for the city, for the infrastructure.
Right.
Right. If they win, the city gets burned to the ground. If they lose, it's definitely getting burned to the ground. If they lose, Spurs fans need to hire security. They're assaulting Spurs fans. It's just a game.
It's just a game.
Calm down.
Blowing it all out of proportion.
Right? So it's like a no-win situation. You got to call in the National Guard, win or lose. You know what I really appreciated about Game 3, because New York fans, or a lot of people are like, President Trump ruined it for everybody, right?
Was he at the game?
He was at the game.
He was at the game.
So
okay, so he actually went. Okay.
Yeah, he was at the game.
He was actually at the game.
But when I watched Game 3,
okay,
they didn't make it about President Trump. They made it about the game.
Players, yeah. Right.
He did not. He did not take away from the game. I was able to watch the game and enjoy it. And the commentators were talking about the competition, how close the game was. Wemby did his thing. I appreciated that. They didn't make it about politics, because that's the part that I've always been against. I watch sports to escape from reality, to escape from the politics. I don't like it when the politics get mixed in with the game, regardless. And I'm all for people making a statement. You can make the statement all you want, but I don't watch the game for statements. I'm sorry. I don't watch sports for statements. I watch because life is hard. Life is already what it is. Sometimes life is boring. And what is the common denominator when we watch sports? We either cheer together for the same team. Dice and I love the Niners. And we cheer against the Cowboys like the rest of the world. So, and that's fun. And that's fun.
Love you, Raul. That's his team. Man.
That's fun. And nobody gets really offended over it, right? But when we start like, President Trump's going to be there. Oh, I'm not watching no more. Like, that's what happens. That's what happens. Or when they post on the floor a nonprofit organization that is has a message to say. I'm like, that just kind of gets in the way of what we're just trying to do here. You know? So I'm excited for Game 4, right? The National Guard should be there because, like I said, I mean, I don't think Statue of Liberty is going to last very long. And then the other thing tomorrow, the start of the World Cup.
FIFA, let's go.
I don't know anything about the World Cup except I know a bunch of countries play, right? But I'm going to get into it.
We are.
Right?
We going to learn about
right?
it. Right?
I mean, USA has a chance, right? My heart says USA has a chance.
Think so?
My brain says, heck no.
Pauly.
My brain says USA has zero chance of winning the World Cup. My heart says, let's go USA. My brain says there's Mexico, there's England, there's France, there's Brazil, there's Argentina,
Portugal, Cristiano Ronaldo.
My brain says
Messi.
USA has zero chance. Yeah.
I don't think so.
I'm even rooting for some of these smaller countries too.
Oh, really?
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
There's some smaller countries that have made it.
Right?
Nice. And some of these countries only have like a population of like 150,000. So I'm like, man, Guam could be in the World Cup then if you think about it. I mean, they're building all of these like FIFA sports centers all over. I mean, we got the one in Harmon. They're trying to build the one up on the hill right behind us.
Hey!
They're trying to build another one right behind us.
Nice.
Yes. They're working on one in the Salampago area.
Okay.
They're working one on Hoggett. However, I've been told the one down in Hoggett is already jungle again.
What?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I got to go down there and see for myself.
Check it
but
out,
I know
check it
that
out.
they cleared it up and they're like, we're going to put a football field down here, soccer field, right?
They got a plan.
And so they cleared it, but it looks like the jungle has come back.
Oh,
so they're taking a bit, right?
Okay. All right.
They explained it a little bit. At least the Talampago one, that the World Cup is definitely helping because they don't have a lot of money or funding to begin the project, right? But they still do plan on one in Talampago, one in Hoggett. Oh, Talafofu also. So we're gonna have all these soccer fields all over the island.
Let's get it, guys.
My only gripe is let's not forget about Paseo baseball field. There's going to be an oversight hearing today at 2 p.m.
Okay, I got you. I got you. Okay, all right, okay.
My goodness.
Well, what's going on?
That was our favorite sport.
Right.
As a kid, I remember going to Paseo.
Yeah.
Watching the Guam Major League Baseball, right? Okay. Or minor league baseball. And I didn't know anybody. I didn't have an uncle in the game. I didn't have a brother in the game. Okay. I didn't know anybody that was a relative of mine. And we still went to go watch the Pepsi Giants.
Hey, there we go.
We still went to go watch the AK Islanders, right? Like that was a thing that we did as kids.
It's a vibe.
And so, I mean, that was a lot of fun to go to Paseo. And so we'll find out what the deal is. I know that they said that they're not giving up on Paseo. we were asking about that. But there was this whole conversation about even Hagåtña was going to have a futsal field kind of by the Hagåtña mayor's office, and they're going to fill that whole area, that marsh area, and that's also going to be like a sports complex kind of thing, which is kind of cool. And they have all of this vision of what it can be, and I'm just like, did we all forget about Paseo? That is a sports complex.
I didn't know
That's the baseball field there. There's another baseball field in the back. People work out. They run and jog all around the field. There was supposed to be some gym equipment that was there, right? But that's all rusted out. So our children, when they play on there, they're gonna they need a tetanus shot. You know, like let's fix what we got, because we have all of this vision to do all these other things too. But we have some of those things already. There's a talk about the walk around throughout all of Hagåtña.
Gotcha.
That you could literally take a walk from Paseo, cross the street, go to Skinner. Behind Skinner is the Plaza de España. Behind that is the Lati Park. Let's focus on what we got. Let's keep it looking beautiful. All of our parks, let's do that first. You know, maybe we do need to do a reset too on our visitors, right? On our amenities, on our establishments, on our municipal parks. Maybe we should reset, focus on that first before we spend so much money on marketing to end up coming to Surfside and seeing that there's Taki in the toilet. Right? So, and even though it's not GVB's responsibility, at the end of it all, it's all of our responsibility. It's all of ours. Even I have to look inward too. We have to take ownership, right? We need to look at each other too and keep each other accountable and responsible. Hey, it is wrong to throw your home trash over at Swamp Road. It's wrong. Throw your mattress where it's supposed to go. And if you don't, then you will be held accountable. And we will and we should fine you for it. We have to reset, not just maybe the way we spend our money, but our mindset. So with that, time to get out of here, right? I'll be back 2 to 6, the bright side right here on Wave 105. I imagine the sun is just going to get even more hotter. It's going to be hotter, bis. It's not wet, bis. It's hot, bis. It's moss wet, bis. Not wet, bis. Hot, bis. It's too hot out here.
It's hot. It's hot outside.
And Ryan and I will be back, right? So don't go anywhere. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Mornings with Patti. Rolling with dice.
Thank you,
right here
Paul.
on Wave 105. KGUM FM in Derecho, Guam. Be kind to each other, especially out on those roads. Adios.
AP News. I'm Ed Donahue. President Trump says the U.S. will be firing back on Iran today.
Well, we're going to be attacking them very hard.
You're resuming bombing?
Yeah.
At the White House, the president says there is a deal with Iran. It just needs signatures.
Iran, very simply, cannot have a nuclear weapon, and they won't. And they've agreed to that. All they have to do is they have to start signing a paper. It's fully negotiated. We have a fully negotiated, but they're tapping and tapping. And I said, all right, let's give them a couple of more days. They're tapping because it's a meaningful paper.
The military says it fired on a tanker trying to transport oil from Iran. Stocks are sharply lower at the close after the government reported inflation last month hit 4%. Republicans and Democrats on Capitol Hill are lobbying President Trump to immediately name a permanent director of national intelligence to make it easier for Congress to renew a key surveillance authority before it expires. But the president so far has resisted. FIFA President Gianni Infantino is defending World Cup ticket prices.
If we do something wrong, then probably everyone selling tickets in North America is doing something wrong.
FIFA priced tickets starting at $140 for the 48-nation 104-game tournament that starts tomorrow, and priced regular seats up to $8,000 for the July 19th final in New Jersey. It raised prices for the final to $10,000 and then to $32,000. It's Game 4 of the NBA Finals in New York. The Knicks have a 2-1 lead on the San Antonio Spurs. Amina Sater is a Knicks fan.
I'm excited. I just hope those refs know what they're doing tonight. That last game was just really ridiculous with their calls, but I'm really excited for them. I think it's going to be a better game tonight.
Where are you going to watch?
I'm going to watch at home. I was going to stay in the city, but I live in Staten Island. We're not doing all that, so I'm just going to go home tonight.
President Trump will not be at the game. More information at apnews.com. This is AP News. Honda is recalling more than 880,000 cars.
Rear suspension components may fail and cause drivers to lose control of the vehicle. The recall covers some 2016 to 2022 Honda Pilots, 2017 to 2023 Ridgeline, 2019 to 2023 Passport, and 2014 to 2020 Acura MDX vehicles. Honda and Acura dealers will inspect the rear subframe and install a reinforcement kit or will repair or replace the rear subframe components at no cost to vehicle owners. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Health officials will be on high alert for germs as soccer fans gather for World Cup matches in the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. A heat wave could be a health threat, but infectious disease can spread in a crowd. I'm Ed Donahue, AP News.
AP News, I'm Ben Thomas. President Trump's threatening more airstrikes on Iran.
We're going to be attacking them very hard.
John Gambrell reports U.S. and Iranian strikes have again been shaking the region.
This comes after the United States claimed that Iran smashed a drone into an Apache attack helicopter, causing it to crash off the coast of Oman. This morning, the U.S. military had launched strikes across southern Iran. Iranian state media announced that there had been blasts in Qeshm Island and near Bandar Abbas and other sites in the country near the Strait of Hormuz. In retaliation, Iran has launched attacks targeting the island nation of Bahrain as well as the small Mideast nation of Kuwait. Air defense systems were heard going off in both of those countries, and it's unclear what damage has been done. Meanwhile, Iran has also claimed an attack targeting Jordan, and it underlines both Jordan's continued hosting of American aircraft, as well as that kingdom's precarious position between Israel and Iran.
At all, sent oil prices rising again. Brent crude up 1.8%, settling above $93 per barrel. But U.S. gasoline prices dropped a penny overnight. AAA puts the national average for regular grade just above $4.15 per gallon. Marcela Sanchez has the government's latest gauge of inflation.
The Labor Department reported consumer prices rose 4.2% in May from a year ago. Prices have now risen faster than wages for several months. Large retailers say they've noticed changes in customer behavior, including drivers buying smaller amounts of gas during visits to the pump. Marcela Sanchez, Washington.
Another sell-off for AI shares dragged U.S. stock indexes sharply lower. The S&P fell 1.6%. The Dow sank 953 points or 1.9%, while the tech-heavy NASDAQ dropped a full 2%. And President Trump signed a bill providing a nearly $70 billion boost to his immigration and deportation efforts. This is AP News. NBA Finals tonight, New York getting ready.
Outside Madison Square Garden, Knicks fans like Heather Shankman decked out in team gear, ready for Game 4 of the NBA Finals against the Spurs.
We're going to execute and we're going to bring it home.
Everyone, including Larry Graham, has a prediction.
Some people say 6, but I say 5. I know they're going to win tonight.
The Spurs won Game 3 after the Knicks took Games 1 and 2. There are free outdoor watch parties in San Antonio and in New York, says Mayor Mamdani.
Madison Square Garden applied for a permit for an event the size of 500 to 1,000 people.
Fan Sergio Lopez used to play pro basketball in Spain, flew in for the game and hopes to be in the Garden, but if not, says at least he's in New York.
We only make the travel to see our best team in the world.
Outside Madison Square Garden in Manhattan for Game 4 of the NBA Finals, where the police presence is heavy and the metal barricades are up. I'm Julie Walker.
The latest at APnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks for listening.
My name is Erica, and my son Kason is a patient at Shriners Children. My oldest called me and said Kason got burnt. The trauma doctor came in and said he needs to go to Shriners.
His injury was a big injury, and I think a testament to the care that we provide. He's fully functional. He's riding his dirt bike, doing all of the things that you would want him to do.
We're just so thankful that Kaysen is still here. Go online right now to loveshriners.org.
Iran said the U.S. bombed 2 of its water reservoirs.
Just pressing anything in here. All right, 6 minutes after 9 o'clock in the morning. It is a Thursday here on the Wave 105 FM. Good morning, Guam. And don't forget, this show has all been brought to you by our great friends working hard at Subway. Eat fresh, indeed. We got our friends over at Guam Auto Spot this morning as well. Mobile gas stations, Bank Pacific, GTA, we start with you. Take Care Insurance Company, Our Island, your health plan. Triple J Auto Group right now at Triple J Ford. Get a free $500 gas card when you drive home with the new Ford truck. Visit triplejguam.com and get pre-approved instantly. Shop, dine, and relax at the Agana Shopping Center, your destination for food, fun, and local favorites all year long. Patch Tinting and Detailing for all your special interior cleaning. Call 671-483-7522. Code 1 Store is your tactical shop for public safety and everyday gear, serving Guam since 1999. Shop 511 Tactical and Condor Outdoor, plus steel toe footwear. Stop by Code 1 Store today. And Chili's Grill and Bar at Chili's. More life, great food, and memories happen here.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not